Hello everyone and welcome to Season Watch. Today we're watching Call of the Night, Episode 8. What happened last time? Well, in the short answer, we got introduced to more witches. We got the blonde one, which I do not remember the name. We got, I believe that Kabura was the one that took him away. Something like that, her name. I'm not quite sure. Then there's the redhead, Niko. There's the young one, Midori. There's the middle one, which I also do not remember the name. We got introduced to too many characters at once. I did not remember all their names. Well, I was gonna say they didn't really talk much, but the beginning was all focused on the blonde one. Did we ever get her name? Oh, whatever. So, the blonde one was getting close to Ko, and when it seemed like he was gonna bond with somebody else, she showed that she was hiding some fangs, but Nazuna showed up to save him, and she was being very confrontational with this girl, with this vampire. So while the two of them were busy, Kabura took Ko away to meet up with the other vampire ladies, where they were focusing on the fact that he knew their secret. He knew about the vampires. In fact, Shirakawa kind of knows about it now as well, because Ko showed her. I just realized that. Hopefully they don't go after her. But yeah. He knew about the secret vampires. Nasa was not turning him into a vampire and was not killing him. So they were worried what he was gonna do with the information. And they trapped him, basically, and gave him a choice. You can decide who you're gonna be the offspring from, because we're gonna turn you into a vampire. Otherwise, we're gonna have to kill you. Well, he already made his choice, Nazuna. And they were perplexed by that, but they were also trying to convince him otherwise, to pick one of the other ones there. Until Nazuna showed up, and she wasn't really much talking here because it has to do with love-related stuff, and we all know that she actually gets quite shy when talking about that. So Ko was the one actually explaining the whole situation, their supply and demand deal, how she thinks his blood's Stacy, he wants to become a vampire, so he just hangs with her until he falls in love with her. And until then, she would just nibble on him until he turns into a vampire. They were shocked by that. Because, yeah, pretty different from all the other cases. Especially since Naza is not much into those romance stuff. So they decided, like, they're gonna give them some free reign. But there is a limit. Like, if it takes too long, they're gonna get involved again. So we might not see them this episode, but they should show up in the future. Then again, the way the conversation ended last episode, maybe we'll still see them. Who knows? Well, only one way to find out. As a reminder, this is a time reaction, which means you sync up your own version with mine and we'll watch it together. I'll try to add some scenes here and there, but don't expect too much. And with that being said, let's get started. In 3, 2, 1, go. Animation. Okay, there we go. Yeah. Go explaining the whole situation to the other ladies. The agreement, the supply and demand agreement. Simple as that. But considering that they're showing this again, we might be continuing off the conversation from that point, from where we cut off. Yeah. And that's the part where we ended last time. Are we gonna get the opening or we're gonna keep going? Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So I'm sorry, what? Time limit? No one said anything. Did Nazwa not know that? Or did she just completely forget about that? His reaction just. What is it? Ah, that's right, the kiss that she promised. And right? Like showing the other girls. A lot happened. Yeah. Yeah, the other vampires are kind of in a clique, and she does not really work too well with them. And yeah, he did have his preference of Nazuna. And now we're going to the opening. I'm trying to remember what's the little part. And falling. I remember now. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Ah. The falling and the yeah is the only part I remember in the opening. Let's see who I can recognize here. That group, her. There's that one guy. That's the only one left that I do not know. Falling, falling. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. And Shirakawa's not in the opening, by the way. So even though we met her, she's not really relevant, even though she showed up again, but that's about as much as it goes. He's telling Akira about this. True. But sometimes. Wouldn't Akira also be kind of in danger? I thought about Shirakawa, but I completely forgot that Akira knows some of this stuff. Yeah. I did not even realize that possibility. Yes. So he might have 1 year left to live. And Ko also did not realize about this. I was thinking about the other people and forget about him, but yeah. Now falling in love is a life or death situation. A little bit, but I feel like you can finish falling in love with her. I don't know. How much time we have left? Yeah. Because not theory. Oh, there's a guy. The last character we have to be introduced to. Mahiru. Just sleeping on top of the stairs. Kind of like this soothing music. No, nothing. Just reminds you of somebody. Maybe he can help her find an answer. Is it one of those vampire girls? Yeah, just thinking out loud. Don't worry about it. Oh, hey, he remembers Cole. Oh, there were. Okay, never mind. I thought there were like a group, the three of them. Well, yeah, kind of. Yeah. Oh, did he confirm it was older? Oh, now we see when they're little. The outgoing kid that's friends with everyone. And what is it that you can't miss? All right. Hey, you got proper sleep. Okay, she just cut me off. Just showing up, but yeah, he's kind of scared of her, but they're on cool term for him for this year. Yeah, it's slowly but surely progressing. But now it doesn't matter the amount of years. Yeah, is Mahiro meeting up with her? Yeah, it's not a science. So making she loves this pure and innocent. Yeah. Wow, she's really loving that. Love Master Kikyo City. City. Okay. City. I'll try to remember that. Just cut him off. Yeah, she's not putting the effort of making you fall in love with her. Or is she ignoring you? Don't do that. Don't turn the game off like that. I'm pretty sure that is a retro console. A PlayStation 1. I don't think they have autosave. What did... Ah, movies. She does not like this idea because rom-com. She really hates rom-coms, huh? That's cute. She hated it. Didn't you guys leave early? Come on. Adapt. Adapt. Maybe. But she can probably figure something out. Yeah. That's a lot of things in one day. Yeah, she's not into making romantic situations like that. So it's a bit complicated to do things with Nasa. Like I was saying before, you guys were progressing slowly, but surely. The problem is that it's slowly. Who knows how far you reach within the year? Oh, she still have it. What game is she even playing? She's gonna meet up with him? Or maybe the... Yeah. I did not even get the word out, but that doesn't really matter. Is he the Mio here? Yeah, but we got those jazzy music. Yeah, it's a little abstract. Fair. They have a different kind of date in style. In midair. It kept going. Nice little cut. Like the intermission cards. The three drunkards, they're back. Oh, Mahiru's there. You recognize Mahiru? By okay. It doesn't seem that there's a vampire in that little group. And he found you. Wow, and he just left those people. Yeah, see? Your priority to him. Look at that. You have two friends. See? I guess you were more doubting if they were still friends after all this time. Good grades, athletic, charismatic, sociable, nice. Yeah, he has a lot of strong points. Standing out's not really what he meant, but I could have just showed up. Right? You both have whack sleep cycles. Um, and that's all that matters? No. It's his love interest that called him. Really? He encouraged you? Jeez. Envious? Hmm? Do you have somebody you like? Yeah, I believe the term is that Akira's envious of Mahiru. Oh, there's Mahiru again. Is that one of the vampire girls? No? But Natsu is paying attention. Okay, so curious that Natsu was paying attention to that. Like a little kid? both holding hands. Oh, I see. Both going separate ways. That's kind of neat. But okay, so is Natsume paying attention because the fact that he's supposedly young from apparently middle school? Which I did not see them as middle school. At least high school, I would imagine they look like. But we got this banger soundtrack. Is there any part of the ending that I recognize or like the line? It goes so fast. My mind cannot process the words. I cannot. This part always reminds me. Every time I look, it's the same thing. Yufkashi no no ta. And that's the episode. So we finally get introduced to the last character in the opening, Mahiru, which is apparently a childhood friend from Akira and Ko. So while he was wondering if he had any friends in the other episode, he actually had two. I guess he just was worried that they were still friends after all this time. But both still care about him. Both were still thinking about him. So good on you, buddy. And Mahiru. What's there not a good thing about him? He's smart. He's athletic, good at sports. He's very sociable and charismatic, having a bunch of people around him all the time. The teachers like him, so he must be like nice or like, I'm trying to find a word for it, but it's like polite, I guess. Not sure if that's the word I'm looking for, but yeah, like everyone likes him. And he excels in everything, basically. But yeah, he was still worried about Ko. When he found him on the street, he left the people, explained to them, but he left the people to talk to him, showing that your priority. I can meet them again other time. You? Who knows when I'll find you again? I want to talk to you. And it wasn't like, I'll go there with everyone. No, you guys go ahead, I'll do this. So it still showed how much he cares about Ko there, which is lovely. And Ko, in fact, is a bit shy. I guess he respects or admires Mahiru. So he really sees him like that. Like Akira was saying, he acts corny around Mahiru. So he definitely acts different around him other than the other people. Showing that aura that Mahiru has.
Mahiru 君は完璧だった。成績は優秀。スポーツも得意。人前に立つこともためらわない。教師からの信頼も厚く、かといって真面目すぎない。
お前ってなんか独特な雰囲気持ってるからさ。あ、こうだってすぐわかるよ。
そうかな。真昼くんこそ目立つからすぐ見つかるよ。
お互い気づいてたのに最近話せてなかったな。
こうって真昼相手の時だけかなりキモいよね。
何よ。だって真昼くんだぞ。
はいはい。こうな憧れなんだよね。
俺じゃなくても憧れるよ。
And also it was kind of nice seeing the flashback of when they first met him. Maybe that was when they first met him, which was in fact after he became friends with Akira. the two of them were watching the ants, and he was curious about what they were doing. He even called out, "Yeah, that sounds a bit interesting, but here's the thing: what we're doing, we need more people. Would you guys like to join? I'll teach you and everything. Like, no problem." And they went and seemed to have fun. So that was already showing his charismatic side. And he can be a little quirky too, because he was sleeping on top of the stairs and everything. And he was talking like, "Oh yeah, the three of us, man, it's a long time since the three of us hang out together." Wait, we're not a group of friends, the three of us? What? I always thought so. And there's somebody that he's in love with, an older girl. I was worried that she was one of the vampires. Well, maybe worried wasn't exactly the word I was looking for, but curious maybe. That she was one of the vampires that we met last episode. Seri, Kabura, Miku, Midori, and the other girl, which I've not got the name this episode as a reminder, and I did not remember. But it does not seem it's none of them. So it's just an older girl. And for some reason, that caught Nazuna's attention. Maybe because he's so young compared to her. Maybe there's something about him. Or maybe there's something about her. Who knows? I imagine we'll find out more about that next episode, or the episode after Max. If nothing happens, then it was just that. Just she noticing the fact that he's that much younger than the woman. But speaking of Nazuna, we also have the time limit. How could I forget to talk about that? Like, Ko has a time limit on how fast he can fall for Nazuna. 1 year. Then he gains an immunity where he cannot become a vampire no matter how much he falls in love with her. And since he knows about the secrets, well, there was only two options. Become a vampire or die. If you can't become a vampire, well... And it's kind of fun that Akira was the one pointing it out. Neither Ko nor me realized that. I was worried about all the other people, like Shirakawa, Akira, and totally forgot. Oh yeah, Ko! Maybe a part of me was thinking, like, he's gonna fall in love with her within a year. Just gonna happen. It's fine. But, yeah. Like I mentioned earlier, he's doing it, progressing slowly but surely. But it might be a bit too slow for the time limit. Who knows? Though we do see them hanging out, like, he tried to set up that date with Seti's help. The problem is that Seti's idea of romance is similar to the other vampire ladies, but not Nazuna. Nazuna has a different view for that. Like, she's not very much into romance. In fact, she dislikes rom-coms, surprisingly. But so she was actually not liking this whole date thing that was happening, and she quickly figured out it was Sadie's idea. She didn't really mind that part that much, but just annoyed about the idea of dating like that. So she ended things early, but the hunger got the best of her, so she went up to him to finish things off. A proper date in her sense. But she also explained to him, like, you don't need to do all that fancy stuff, just our usual way is more our style, you know? Each couple has their method of enjoying things together. And that's theirs. So he's trying to fit into the box, but she's not quite... It's not a one-size-fits-all thing to date. And she certainly does not fit into that box. So, you gotta think differently with her.
吸血鬼 きになるにはナズナちゃんを好きにならなきゃいけなくて、俺は何年かかってもそれを達成するつもりだったんだけど、
1年制限
のせいでそうもいかなくなった。俺がどうにかしないといけない。俺が変わらないといけない。でも好きになるってどうしたらいいんだ。
よし、この恋愛マスターの桔梗セリチンに任せ
なあコウ君、デートってなんだ？これがデートなのか？じゃあいつもやってるじゃないか、デート。いつも通りいろよ。私は結構楽しいよ。
And they still like did that whole hanging out at the end. When they met at the end, they were holding hands, just like Mahiru was with the woman. So they are progress. We just have to see how fast he can do that. And yeah, I think that about covers everything. So with that being said, see you next time. Bye.